Hello, everyone. My name is Angela Chandler, and I'm the manager of Infinitus Canada. And today I'm going to talk to you about field fundamentals. As Stephen Covey says in his bestseller, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, to be successful, you must begin with the end in mind. Nowhere is this truer than in sales. A study from Harvard University found that in a goal setting experiment, those who stuck to a specific plan and monitored their goals ultimately performed about 30% better than those who didn't. Start by looking at your sales compensation, which we call our marketing plan, to help you set specific targets about the number of calls, emails, meetings, and follow ups you need to achieve for a set period, and then monitor, monitor, monitor. Unless you track your progress on a daily or weekly basis, it will be impossible to reach targets. A simple spreadsheet that tracks goals such as the number of calls, number of emails, number of follow-ups, and number of meetings scheduled per week compared to your targets is a really great place to start. As we progress through the field fundamental trainings, we will provide you with digital downloads for tracking, targeting, goal setting, and more. Henry Ford once said, anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80. Anyone who keeps learning stays young. No matter what stage you are in your sales career, as a sales professional, it is integral to your continued success that you stay young and continue to learn and keep your sales skills up to date. Essential sales skills you'll need to be highly effective: empathy, emotional intelligence, active listening, effective communication, confidence, flexibility, optimism, time management, public speaking, again, integrity, and a growth mindset. The first is empathy. It's always important to be able to put yourself in someone else's shoes, especially as a salesperson. When you're able to understand what people might be thinking or how they might be feeling, you're able to guide conversations in a productive way. You can uncover motivations, pain points, and more, meaning you have a better idea of when you can push ahead or when you need to hold back a bit, which can really turn your sales, you into a sales rock star. Most importantly, empathy helps you build meaningful relationships with prospects. They may not remember what you said, but they'll certainly remember how you made them feel. The last thing you want in a sales situation is to have a customer feel taken advantage of, or as if you aren't keeping their best interests in mind. There are plenty of exercises you can do to mindfully practice empathy, including literally imagining yourself in someone else's shoes and reframing your thoughts towards curiosity rather than judgment. This is the core of Seeley G. Wren. Always make sure a customer knows you're in their corner. Emotional intelligence allows you to understand how others are feeling and manage both your emotions and their emotions towards you. When you're an emotionally intelligent person, people naturally relate to you and want to follow your guidance. There are 4 abilities that encompass emotional intelligence. Number 1 is perceiving emotions. That's the ability to detect and decipher emotions in faces, pictures, voices, etc., including your own emotions. This is the most basic aspect of emotional intelligence, and it makes all other processing of emotional information possible. Number 2 is using emotions, the ability to harness emotions to facilitate various cognitive activities, such as thinking and problem solving. An emotionally intelligent person can capitalize fully upon changing moods in order to best fit the task at hand. Number 3 is understanding emotions, the ability to comprehend emotion language and to appreciate complicated relationships among emotions and to be able to describe how emotions evolve over time. And number 4 is managing emotions, the ability to regulate emotions in both ourselves and in others. Therefore, the emotionally intelligent person can harness emotions, even negative ones, and manage them to achieve intended goals. Being emotionally intelligent is an incredibly valuable soft skill to have both in your career and in your personal life. If you're able to pick up on a prospect's mood, you'll be able to gauge how to proceed with conversations. Are they in a great mood? Maybe it's time to close the deal. Are they in a not so great mood? Sincerely ask them if everything is okay and listen to what they have to say, which brings me to my next point: active listening. When you're trying to sell a product or service and are focused on hitting your personal sales targets, it can be tempting to fall into a pattern of badgering someone to buy from you and talking their ears off until they agree. Unfortunately, many salespeople still do this, even at companies who brag about how great they are at sales. Don't do this. No one likes this. Instead, work on listening to your prospects. In many cases, they will tell you what their pain points are and what they're looking for. You just have to listen. It is, of course, productive to ask questions to guide the conversation in a way that gets you this info that you need, but to avoid taking over the conversation. No one wants to hear how great you or your company are without prompting. Listen to what they have to say and then determine the next best step for them. Remember, you need to be on the customer side and you need to make them feel good about the exchange. Effective communication. Salespeople spend the majority of their day communicating, so it's important to be an effective communicator. From sending emails to holding meetings to making phone calls, there are many ways in which a salesperson needs to communicate in any given day, which makes this all the more crucial. As an effective communicator, you should be able to keep your audience in mind at all times and adjust accordingly. For example, you shouldn't be speaking to your fellow sales colleagues the same way you would speak to a customer because they have different needs from you and different goals in mind. Simply put, being effective in how you communicate helps you to get your points across and reach your goals. Confidence. This one probably isn't too surprising. To be a great salesperson, you have to exude confidence. If you don't feel confident at the moment, fake it till you make it. Confident people inspire confidence in others. So if you're not confident about what you're selling, prospects will feel that confidence and buy into what you have to say. If you feel like you could work on this soft skill a bit, there are plenty of resources and exercises available online to help you build your confidence and help you go from a good salesperson to a great salesperson. You can also reach out to us at any time, and we will be happy to support your growth. Flexibility. Working in sales can be a bit of a whirlwind at times. Meetings get moved around, prospects ask questions that aren't included in a demo, the list goes on. That's why flexibility is crucial. You have to be able to change plans at the drop of a hat in a positive and constructive manner. Rather than approaching changes with panic or frustration, take a step back for a moment, take a few breaths, and try to offer up solutions or alternatives. With that said, it's great to be flexible, but it's also important to know when to say no to avoid being overloaded. Optimism. Working in sales can mean a lot of unanswered emails from leads, hung up phone calls, rejections in many forms. So great salespeople understand the importance of staying positive. Not everyone you speak to will necessarily be interested or even qualify for your product or service, and that's okay. It's all about being optimistic in the face of any adversity or rejection. Optimism is closely tied to confidence. It means that you're hopeful and confident that things will turn out okay. This skill can also reduce stress and increase longevity. The power of positivity can literally make you live longer. Time management. This is a big one. Time management means that you're able to work smarter, not harder. As an example, working 60 hours per week and barely making your sales targets is not sustainable or fun. Working 40 hours per week and blowing your sales targets out of the water is sustainable and fun. Every week is different, but if you're able to prioritize and delegate your work in an effective way, it can be a game changer. There are plenty of tools out there that can help you with this, but in the end, it's not always easy to keep up the discipline to make them work for you. Public speaking. Some people love speaking in front of a group, others not so much. Regardless of where you fall on that spectrum, it's a great skill as a salesperson. You're going to be speaking to people on a regular basis, as well as offering demos and presentations. So the last thing you need is to freeze up in the middle of a crucial meeting. The best thing you can do to overcome public speaking fears is to practice, practice, practice. The more you do it, the more natural it will feel. Try practicing in front of your mirror at home, or you can reach out to us and we will be happy to spend time with you to hone your skills. Integrity. The most fundamental thing that can make or break a top salesperson is their integrity. Being honest and transparent with prospects is crucial in being a salesperson with strong integrity. This should be a no-brainer, but bears repeating. Salespeople should never push a sale on someone who isn't a good fit for a product or service, whether that is regarding pain points, budget, or any other reason. A salesperson should also never be misleading about what a product or service can do for someone. If you overpromise and underdeliver, that comes back to haunt you in a big way, and it can ruin your entire career. Carry yourself with integrity, and let's be real, that's just good life advice in general. Growth mindset. It's incredible what people can accomplish when they have a growth mindset. What does that mean exactly? Well, it's the belief that you are capable of strengthening your talents and acquiring new sales skills and abilities over time. It means that you understand the importance of hard work and constantly trying to improve rather than just staying stuck in your ways. As a salesperson, this is a valuable skill to have. It's important to try to push yourself to constantly improve over time, to learn, to grow, and to smash those goals. The 5 basic principles to guide you. 1, consumers only buy products and services that benefit them. That benefit them is the key phrase here, and never assume that what that benefit might be. Not everyone is looking for the best value. To succeed at this, you'll need to know your client well and how your product is beneficial to them. If there is no benefit, there is no repeat business and possibly even a demand for a refund. The greater the value, the greater the price tag. Everyone loves a great bargain. The thrill of the hunt can be exhilarating. However, how thrilled are you to find a great deal on a piece of junk? Maybe you'd rather save your money for the real thing instead of buying that Italian knockoff handbag with the rubber smell. It is basic human nature to like expensive things. In marketing, this is called the placebo effect. If we pay more for something, our brains will trick us into thinking that a really expensive bottle of wine is exquisite. And if the waiter does not mention he served you the house wine by mistake, you might not even know the difference. Credibility relies on 2 things, trust and expertise. You are only as good as your word, and how well you know your word. Watch that you do not overpromise, and be sure to take the time to continuously learn about your industry, product, or craft. People will pay attention to your brand, which is actually just you. You are your own brand, and before you know it, people will look to you for your input and follow your lead. You are your greatest asset. This falls along the same lines as trust and expertise, but takes it another step further. Now that you have their trust, give them your time and attention. Being fully engaged and sincere with your client will positively reinforce the trust they already have in you. And this will always be a give and give relationship. This will never be a give and take relationship. You will not just give them a service and then take their money. The money is actually a contractual obligation. Your business obligation is that you continuously find ways to give value and meaning to your clients. To learn more about field fundamentals or how to increase your business in general, feel free to contact us at 1-855-705-5603. This is a 24-hour toll-free line in English and in Mandarin. Email at infinitus.ca@infinitus-int.com, through our Facebook page, Infinitus Innovations Canada, our Instagram page, Infinitus Canada Official, our YouTube channel, Infinitus Canada, or via our website at infinitus.ca. Thank you so much for your time today. I wish you great health and a wonderful day.